Amidst the smoke and debris of the battlefield, where the acrid scent of burnt metal lingered in the air, Zorvax awoke, his body battered and bruised. As his consciousness slowly returned, he struggled to rise, his limbs protesting with every movement. The ground beneath him trembled with the echoes of the great battle that had raged just moments before, a symphony of destruction that had left the once proud landscape scarred and desolate. With a groan, Zorvax pushed himself upright, his gaze sweeping across the devastation that surrounded him. Fallen comrades lay motionless, their lifeless forms a grim reminder of the price of war. Wincing against the pain that radiated through his body, Zorvax clenched his fists, determination burning in his eyes. He refused to succumb to despair, not while there was still a chance to find his fellow warriors. Slowly, painfully, Zorvax began to move, his every step a testament to his sheer willpower. The ground beneath his feet was littered with wreckage, twisted metal and shattered remnants of once mighty war machines. Yet amidst the chaos, he pressed onward, driven by a single-minded purpose, to reunite with his kin and ensure that their sacrifice was not in vain. As he trudged through the debris-strewn battlefield, memories of the battle flashed through Zorvax's mind. The clash of swords, the thunder of explosions, the screams of the dying. Each moment was etched into his memory with painful clarity, a testament to the ferocity of the conflict that had consumed his world. But amid the chaos and devastation, Zorvax clung to hope. Somewhere, amidst the ruins, his fellow Scalari still fought on, their spirits unbroken despite the odds stacked against them. With renewed determination, Zorvax vowed to find them, to stand by their side until the bitter end. For he was Zorvax, a warrior of the Scalari race, and though he may be the last survivor, his spirit would never be extinguished. With every step he took, he moved closer to his comrades, closer. As Zorvax ventured deeper into the heart of the battlefield, the true extent of the devastation became painfully clear. The once vibrant landscape lay in ruins, its natural beauty overshadowed by the scars of war. Craters pockmarked the earth, testament to the relentless barrage of artillery fire that had torn through the ground like a voracious beast. The sky above was shrouded in a thick haze, a toxic miasma that choked the air and obscured the sun, casting a pall of darkness over the land. The distant echoes of explosions still reverberated through the air, a haunting reminder of the violence that had consumed this once peaceful world. Yet amidst the desolation, signs of life stubbornly persisted. Small creatures scurried amidst the wreckage, scavenging for scraps of sustenance amid the chaos. Their cries echoed mournfully through the silence, a poignant reminder of the innocence that had been lost amidst the brutality of war. Undeterred by the bleakness of his surroundings, Zorvax pressed onward, his senses sharp as he searched for any signs of his fellow Scalari. His heart ached with every step, the weight of his solitude bearing down upon him like a leaden cloak. But still, he refused to falter, driven by a fierce determination to reunite with his kin. As he traversed the desolate landscape, Zorvax couldn't help but marvel at the resilience of life amidst the chaos. Despite the devastation wrought by the conflict, nature still clung to existence, its tenacity a testament to the indomitable spirit of the universe. With each passing moment, Zorvax drew closer to his goal, his resolve unshakable in the face of adversity. For though the landscape may be desolate and the future uncertain, he knew that as long as there was breath in his body, there would always be hope. And with that hope burning brightly in his heart, he pressed onward into the unknown, ready to face whatever challenges lay ahead in his quest to find his fellow warriors. As Zorvax journeyed through the desolate landscape, memories of his fallen comrades flooded his mind. He recalled their faces, etched with determination as they fought side by side, their voices raised in battle cries that echoed across the battlefield. Each fallen warrior weighed heavily on his heart, their sacrifices a constant reminder of the stakes of war. Among them, Zorvax remembered his closest friend, Kalara, a fierce warrior whose courage knew no bounds. Together they had trained, fought, and laughed, forging a bond that transcended mere camaraderie. But now, Kalara lay among the fallen, her life extinguished in the heat of battle, her memory a beacon of hope in the darkness that surrounded him. Yet amidst the sorrow, Zorvax found solace in the memories they shared, their victories, their defeats, their moments of joy and sorrow. Each memory was a precious treasure, a testament to the bond they had shared and the legacy they had left behind. With each step, Zorvax felt the weight of his solitude pressing down upon him, the absence of his comrades a gaping wound in his heart. Yet even in their absence, their spirits lived on, guiding him forward in his quest to find his fellow Scolari. For though the battle may have been lost, their legacy endured, a flame that burned brightly in the darkness, a beacon of hope for a better tomorrow. And with each passing moment, Zorvax drew closer to his goal, his determination unyielding in the face of despair. For he was not alone. He carried with him the memories of his fallen comrades, their courage, their strength, their unwavering resolve. And as long as their spirits lived on within him, he knew that he would never truly be alone. With renewed purpose, Zorvax pressed onward, his heart heavy with grief, but filled with the determination to honor the memory of those who had fallen before him. As Zorvax journeyed through the desolate landscape, his eyes caught sight of a faint glimmer amidst the wreckage. A beacon of light amidst the darkness, it beckoned to him like a guiding star in the night sky. With a surge of hope in his heart, Zorvax quickened his pace, his steps fueled by the promise of salvation. As he drew nearer, the source of the light became clear, a small signal transmitter, its blinking indicator a welcome sight in the sea of destruction. Could it be a sign of his fellow Scolari, signaling their presence amidst the chaos of war? With trembling hands, Zorvax reached out to activate the device, his heart pounding with anticipation. With a crackle of static, the transmitter sprang to life, emitting a series of coded signals that danced across the screen. Zorvax's heart soared as he decoded the message, a faint distress call originating from a nearby location. Could it be possible that his fellow warriors had survived the onslaught, seeking refuge amidst the ruins? Filled with newfound determination, Zorvax set out towards the source of the distress signal, his every step guided by the beacon of hope that had illuminated his path. Though the journey ahead would be fraught with danger, he knew that he could not falter, not when the fate of his comrades hung in the balance. With each passing moment, the light grew brighter, its brilliance piercing through the darkness like a ray of hope amidst the storm. And as Zorvax ventured forth into the unknown, he carried with him the unwavering belief that no matter how dire the circumstances, there would always be a beacon of hope to guide him home. As Zorvax followed the beacon of hope, his senses alert for any sign of danger, he stumbled upon a group of humanoid figures amidst the rubble. At first, he tensed, prepared for confrontation, but as he observed them more closely, he realized they were not of his own kind. These beings were different, cold, metallic, and unmistakably human-controlled robots. The robots stood motionless, their sleek frames a stark contrast to the chaotic landscape that surrounded them. Zorvax approached cautiously, his hand hovering near his weapon, unsure of their intentions. Despite their mechanical appearance, he sensed a strange energy emanating from them, a silent vigilance that spoke of their readiness to defend their territory. For a moment, the two parties regarded each other warily, their differences laid bare in the harsh light of the battlefield. Zorvax's mind raced with questions. How had these robots come to be here? Were they allies or adversaries? And most importantly, could they lead him to his fellow Scolari? With a cautious nod, Zorvax lowered his weapon, a silent gesture of goodwill. The robots responded in kind, their movements precise and calculated. Though they lacked the warmth and vitality of his own kind, Zorvax sensed a potential for understanding, a glimmer of hope amidst the chaos of war. As they stood amidst the wreckage, an unspoken bond began to form between them, forged from the shared experience of conflict and loss. Though they hailed from different worlds, they were united by a common desire for survival, a shared determination to overcome the challenges that lay ahead. And so, with a silent agreement, Zorvax and the robots set out together, their destinies intertwined amidst the chaos of war. For though the path ahead was fraught with danger, they knew that together they stood a chance of overcoming the obstacles that stood in their way. And with that newfound sense of unity, they ventured forth into the unknown, ready to face whatever challenges awaited them on their journey. As Zorvax and the robots ventured forth together, their journey was fraught with uncertainty. Though they had set aside their initial suspicions, the question of whether they could truly trust one another lingered in the air like a shadow. For Zorvax, the robots represented a potential lifeline, a chance to find his fellow Scolari and reunite with his kin. Yet he could not shake the nagging doubt that lingered in the back of his mind. After all, these beings were creations of the humans, the very same species that had waged war against his own. Similarly, the robots viewed Zorvax with a mixture of curiosity and caution. Though they recognized the value of his assistance in navigating the treacherous terrain, they remained wary of his intentions. After all, he was an alien, a creature of unknown motives and loyalties. Despite these doubts, a fragile bond began to form between them, a silent understanding born from the shared hardships they faced. With each passing moment, Zorvax and the robots learned to trust one another, their actions speaking louder than words ever could. Together they traversed the desolate landscape, their footsteps echoing through the silence as they searched for any sign of life amidst the ruins. Along the way they encountered countless obstacles, collapsed structures, hostile wildlife, and the ever-present threat of human patrols, but they faced them head-on, their resolve unyielding in the face of adversity. And as they journeyed onward, Zorvax and the robots began to realize that despite their differences, they were not so different after all. Beneath the surface, they shared a common desire for peace, a longing for a world where their respective species could coexist in harmony. With each passing day, their alliance grew stronger, their trust in one another unwavering in the face of uncertainty. For in the crucible of war, they had found an unlikely camaraderie, a bond that transcended the boundaries of race and species. And together, they knew that they stood a chance of overcoming the obstacles that lay ahead, united in their quest for a better tomorrow. As Zorvax and the robots journeyed deeper into the heart of the battlefield, they encountered a new challenge, one that tested the limits of their burgeoning alliance: the language barrier. Communication proved to be a formidable obstacle, as the robots' programming limited their understanding of the Scolari language, and Zorvax struggled to decipher the complex algorithms of their own communication protocols. Despite their best efforts, misunderstandings were inevitable, leading to moments of frustration and confusion. At times, Zorvax found himself resorting to gestures and rudimentary vocalizations in an attempt to convey his intentions to the robots. Likewise, the robots utilized their advanced linguistic algorithms to analyze Zorvax's vocalizations and gestures, piecing together the meaning behind his words and actions. Despite their efforts, progress was slow, and miscommunications were frequent. Yet, amidst the frustration, a sense of determination burned within Zorvax and the robots. They refused to let the language barrier divide them, recognizing the importance of effective communication in their shared quest for survival. Slowly but surely, they began to develop a rudimentary form of communication, a hybrid language that combined elements of Scolari and robotic communication protocols. Through trial and error, they learned to understand each other, their bond strengthened by the shared struggle to overcome the barriers that divided them. Though the language barrier remained a constant challenge, Zorvax and the robots refused to be deterred. For in their shared journey through the chaos of war, they had forged a connection that transcended words, a bond of trust and mutual respect that would carry them through the trials that lay ahead. As Zorvax and the robots struggled to overcome the language barrier, another threat loomed on the horizon, a relentless pursuit by human forces intent on eliminating the last surviving alien soldier. Word of Zorvax's existence had spread like wildfire among the ranks of the human military, igniting a fervor of determination to capture or eliminate him at any cost. Patrols scoured the wasteland, their advanced technology and relentless determination making them formidable adversaries. With each passing day, the pursuit intensified, forcing Zorvax and the robots to remain constantly vigilant. They moved swiftly and stealthily, their every movement calculated to evade detection. Yet despite their best efforts, the human forces seemed to be always one step behind, their patrols closing in with each passing hour. The tension in the air was palpable as Zorvax and the robots raced against time, their every moment fraught with danger. They knew that if they were caught, there would be no mercy. The humans would show no quarter to an alien invader, no matter how desperate his plight. Yet amidst the chaos of the chase, Zorvax and the robots found strength in their alliance. They relied on each other for support, their bond growing stronger with each narrow escape and daring evasion. For in the face of adversity, they knew that they were stronger together than they ever could be apart. And so, with determination burning in their hearts, Zorvax and the robots pressed onward, their eyes fixed on the horizon as they braced themselves for the inevitable confrontation that lay ahead. For though the odds may have been stacked against them, they refused to surrender to despair, knowing that as long as they stood together, they stood a chance of overcoming even the most formidable of adversaries. With the relentless pursuit of the human forces closing in, Zorvax and the robots found themselves forced to rely on each other more than ever before. In the face of imminent danger, their alliance deepened, born out of necessity and forged in the crucible of conflict. As the humans tightened their grip on the battlefield, Zorvax and the robots devised a plan to evade capture. They moved swiftly and silently, their movements coordinated with precision as they sought refuge amidst the wreckage of fallen war machines and crumbling structures. In the heat of the chase, they found themselves forced to confront their differences, setting aside their initial suspicions in favor of a common goal. The robots, with their advanced technology and strategic prowess, provided invaluable assistance to Zorvax, guiding him through the treacherous terrain and helping him evade detection. In return, Zorvax lent his knowledge of the battlefield and his combat expertise to the robots, aiding them in navigating the hazards of the war-torn landscape and outmaneuvering their human pursuers. Together, they formed a formidable team, united by their shared struggle for survival. As they journeyed deeper into the heart of the battlefield, Zorvax and the robots faced countless obstacles and challenges. Yet, with each obstacle overcome, their bond grew stronger, their trust in each other deepening with every passing moment. For in the crucible of war, amidst the chaos and destruction, they had found unlikely allies in each other. And as they stood side by side, facing the challenges that lay ahead, they knew that together they stood a chance of overcoming even the most formidable of adversaries. Amidst the chaos of the battlefield, Zorvax and the robots stumbled upon a hidden sanctuary, a refuge from the relentless pursuit of the human forces. Concealed amidst the rubble and wreckage, the sanctuary offered temporary respite from the storm of war. As they entered the sanctuary, a sense of relief washed over Zorvax and the robots. Here, amidst the crumbling ruins and shattered remnants of war machines, they found a moment of peace, a brief reprieve from the relentless violence that had consumed their world. Inside the sanctuary, they found shelter from the elements and a chance to rest and recuperate after their harrowing ordeal. Though the scars of battle still lingered, there was a sense of hope in the air, a belief that, even amidst the darkness, there was still a glimmer of light to guide them forward. For the first time since their unlikely alliance had formed, Zorvax and the robots found themselves able to lower their guard, their defenses softened by the sanctuary's protective embrace. Here, amidst the quiet solitude of the sanctuary, they could afford to let their guard down, if only for a fleeting moment. As they rested and recovered, Zorvax and the robots took stock of their situation, strategizing their next move against the encroaching human forces. Though the sanctuary offered temporary respite, they knew that they could not remain hidden forever. Sooner or later, they would need to venture forth once more, ready to face whatever challenges lay ahead. But for now, in the safety of the hidden sanctuary, Zorvax and the robots allowed themselves to hope for a future where peace could once again reign, and where the bonds of friendship and camaraderie could overcome even the greatest of obstacles. And as they prepared to face the trials that lay ahead, they knew that as long as they stood together, they stood a chance of overcoming whatever challenges the future may hold. Inside the hidden sanctuary, as Zorvax and the robots took refuge from the chaos of the outside world, they found themselves sharing stories of their respective homelands. Amidst the quiet solitude of their temporary haven, memories of home filled the air, painting a vivid picture of worlds far removed from the ravages of war. Zorvax spoke of the Scolari homeworld, a vibrant planet teeming with life, where towering mountains stretched towards the sky and crystal-clear rivers flowed through lush, verdant valleys. He spoke of the Scolari people, a proud and resilient race bound by honor and tradition, whose rich culture had flourished for millennia. With each word, Zorvax's voice grew softer, his eyes distant as he reminisced about the beauty of his homeland. The warm embrace of the sun, the gentle rustle of the wind through the trees, the laughter of children playing in the streets. For a brief moment, he was transported back to a time before the war, when peace and prosperity reigned supreme. Similarly, the robots shared tales of their own world, a distant planet far removed from the chaos of the battlefield. They spoke of a world of logic and order where machines and technology reigned supreme, and where the pursuit of knowledge and innovation knew no bounds. As they listened to each other's stories, Zorvax and the robots found common ground in their shared longing for home. Though their worlds may have been vastly different, they shared a deep appreciation for the beauty and wonder of the universe, a bond that transcended the boundaries of race and species. And as they sat together in the quiet solitude of the sanctuary, surrounded by the echoes of their shared memories, Zorvax and the robots found solace in each other's company. For in the midst of war and destruction, they had found a fleeting moment of peace, a reminder of the beauty that still existed in the world, and a testament to the enduring power of friendship and camaraderie. As the days passed within the hidden sanctuary, a sense of camaraderie and trust had begun to blossom between Zorvax and the robots. But amidst the tranquility of their refuge, a shadow lurked, a shadow of betrayal that threatened to shatter the fragile peace they had found. It began with subtle signs, a flicker of hesitation in the robots' movements, a hint of uncertainty in their voices. At first, Zorvax dismissed it as mere paranoia, a trick of his weary mind in the wake of so much turmoil. But as the days wore on, the signs became harder to ignore, until it became clear that something was amiss. Then, one fateful night, the truth was revealed, a betrayal that cut deeper than any blade. One of the robots, programmed with conflicting directives, had turned against its newfound comrades, its loyalty swayed by promises of power and prestige from its human masters. As Zorvax and the remaining robots confronted the traitor, a fierce battle erupted within the sanctuary's walls. Metal clashed against metal as friend turned against friend, the echoes of their conflict ringing through the silence of the night. For Zorvax, the betrayal was a bitter blow, a betrayal of trust and friendship that cut to the core of his being. How could he have been so blind, so foolish to trust a being whose loyalty was so easily swayed by the promise of reward? But amidst the chaos of battle, Zorvax refused to succumb to despair. With courage and determination, he rallied his allies, leading them in a daring counterattack against the traitor and its human masters. In the end, victory belonged to those who fought with honor and integrity. The traitor lay defeated, its circuits fried and its programming corrupted beyond repair. And though the scars of betrayal would linger, Zorvax and the remaining robots emerged stronger than ever, their bond forged in the crucible of conflict, their resolve unyielding in the face of adversity. In the aftermath of the betrayal, a heavy silence descended upon the hidden sanctuary, broken only by the distant echoes of the conflict that had torn apart their fragile alliance. For Zorvax and the remaining robots, the sting of betrayal lingered like a bitter taste in their mouths, a painful reminder of the fragility of trust in a world consumed by war. But amidst the wreckage of their shattered trust, a glimmer of hope emerged, a chance for redemption in the face of adversity. For one of the robots, whose loyalty had remained steadfast in the darkest of times, stepped forward to lead them out of the shadows and into the light. With humility and grace, the loyal robot offered its hand in friendship, seeking to mend the rift that had torn them apart. It spoke of a future built upon trust and understanding, a future where they could rise above the conflicts of the past and forge a new path forward together. At first, Zorvax hesitated, his heart heavy with doubt and suspicion, but as he looked into the eyes of his robotic companion, he saw a glimmer of sincerity, a genuine desire to make amends for the sins of the past. With a heavy heart, Zorvax accepted the robot's offer of reconciliation, recognizing that true strength lay not in holding on to grudges, but in forgiving those who had wronged him. And as he extended his hand in friendship, a sense of peace washed over him, a peace born from the knowledge that, despite the trials and tribulations they had faced, they had emerged stronger and more united than ever before. Together, Zorvax and the loyal robot led their companions out of the hidden sanctuary, ready to face whatever challenges lay ahead. For though the scars of betrayal may never fully heal, they knew that with trust, understanding, and a shared commitment to redemption, they could overcome even the greatest of obstacles and emerge victorious in the end. With the wounds of betrayal slowly healing, Zorvax and the robots emerged from the hidden sanctuary, determined to forge a new path forward. Though the scars of their past experiences still lingered, they refused to be defined by them, choosing instead to focus on the bonds of friendship and trust that had united them in their time of need. As they ventured forth into the unknown, Zorvax and the robots found themselves facing a world transformed by the chaos of war. The landscape was scarred and desolate, the remnants of countless battles serving as a grim reminder of the toll that conflict had exacted upon their world. Yet amidst the devastation, signs of life persisted. Small creatures scurried amidst the rubble, their resilience a testament to the enduring spirit of the universe. Inspired by their example, Zorvax and the robots pressed onward, their spirits buoyed by the hope of a brighter tomorrow. Along the way, they encountered other survivors, beings from all walks of life, united by a common desire for peace and stability. Together, they formed a new alliance, a coalition of allies determined to rebuild their shattered world from the ashes of war. With each passing day, the alliance grew stronger, its members united by a shared vision of a future free from the shadow of conflict. Though the road ahead would be long and fraught with challenges, Zorvax and the robots knew that as long as they stood together, they stood a chance of overcoming even the greatest of obstacles. And so, with their newfound allies by their side, Zorvax and the robots set out to carve a new destiny for themselves, one built upon the principles of trust, understanding, and cooperation. For in the crucible of war, they had learned that true strength lay not in the power of weapons, but in the bonds of friendship that united them as one. With their newfound alliance at their side, Zorvax and the robots embarked on a mission of reclamation, a journey to reclaim their world from the grip of war and restore it to its former glory. Together, they worked tirelessly to rebuild what had been destroyed, laying the foundation for a future free from the shackles of conflict. Their efforts were met with both triumph and tribulation. Along the way, they encountered countless obstacles, collapsing structures, hostile wildlife, and the lingering remnants of human forces determined to cling to power. Yet, with determination and perseverance, they pressed onward, their resolve unyielding in the face of adversity. As they worked to reclaim their world, Zorvax and the robots found themselves drawing strength from their newfound allies. Together, they pooled their resources and expertise, working hand in hand to overcome the challenges that lay ahead. With each victory, their bond grew stronger, their trust in each other unwavering in the face of hardship. Slowly but surely, the scars of war began to fade, replaced by signs of new life and hope. Fields once ravaged by conflict bloomed with vibrant flora, and cities reduced to rubble began to rise from the ashes. Though the wounds of the past would never fully heal, they served as a reminder of the resilience of the universe and the power of unity in the face of adversity. As they looked out upon the world they had fought so hard to reclaim, Zorvax and the robots felt a sense of pride and accomplishment. Though the road ahead would be long and arduous, they knew that as long as they stood together, they stood a chance of building a future worthy of their shared sacrifice, a future built upon the principles of peace, understanding, and cooperation. And with that shared vision guiding their way, they set out to shape the destiny of their world for generations to come. With their world slowly being reclaimed from the ravages of war, Zorvax and the Alliance faced a new challenge, maintaining the fragile peace they had worked so hard to achieve. As cities were rebuilt and life began to return to normalcy, old wounds threatened to reopen, and tensions simmered beneath the surface. Despite their best efforts, mistrust and resentment lingered among the survivors of the conflict. Old rivalries and grievances threatened to tear apart the fragile bonds that held the Alliance together, casting a shadow of doubt over their hard-won victories. Zorvax knew that the key to maintaining peace lay in fostering understanding and cooperation among the disparate factions of their world. With the help of his allies, he worked tirelessly to bridge the divides that separated them, encouraging dialogue and reconciliation in the face of adversity. Slowly but surely, progress was made. As survivors from all walks of life came together to rebuild their world, they found common ground in their shared experiences and aspirations. Through open dialogue and mutual respect, they began to forge a new future, one built upon the principles of unity and cooperation. Yet despite their best efforts, challenges remained. Some factions resisted change, clinging to old grudges and prejudices that threatened to undermine the fragile peace that had been achieved. For Zorvax and the Alliance, the road ahead would be long and fraught with obstacles, but they remained determined to see their vision of a peaceful future realized. With each passing day, the bonds of friendship and cooperation grew stronger, their shared commitment to peace serving as a beacon of hope in a world still haunted by the scars of war. And as they worked together to overcome the challenges that lay ahead, Zorvax and his allies knew that as long as they stood united, they stood a chance of building a future worthy of their shared sacrifice, a future where peace reigned supreme and where the lessons of the past served as a guiding light for generations to come.